Hello everyone, welcome to the Gloomhaven Buttons and Bugs Learn to Play Through. First thing you need to do is grab one of these 6 playable characters. I am feeling a bit roguish today, so I shall select the silent knife. And after you select your character, go ahead and flip the card over. You'll want to grab the level 1 cards. They will have an icon that matches your character. And you'll lay them out in your playing area like such. Now go ahead and flip your character card back over so that the picture side is face up. Here you can see your character's level 1 starting health. Grab the character health tracker and set it to your character's level 1 maximum health. The silent knife is at 11. The last thing we need for our character setup is the cardboard modifier tray with the white cube set in the first position. And our player area is all set up. Let's grab the scenario deck. Let's flip this card over to its other side.
That shrinking feeling. What a time for Gloomhaven. First, a black tornado from the void nearly destroyed the city. Then there were reports of the very essence of corruption trying to end everything. But all's well that ends well. And at the center of both events, hail, a mysterious Esther who lives in a derelict tavern, the Crooked Bone. It is said she can turn anyone into a hero. Exactly what you want to be. Sure, you don't have a lot of training, but put in front of the right adventure, you'd get the acclaim that is due to you. So, with that bold purpose, you step across the threshold of the Crooked Bone and... No, that's not right. Everything is growing. Why is the doorway so large? Why are you so small? Is this some sort of Esther enchantment? You've been shrunk.
Play Scenario 1, a rude welcome. You can place the scenario deck card off to the side for now. And let's grab the next card in the scenario deck, Scenario 1, a rude welcome.
Got some fancy gear there.
You whirl around, taking in your familiar yet unfamiliar surroundings. Your attention settles on a scruffy character behind you. Luckily, on par with your diminutive stature.
Nice and shiny. Like it's never been used. Hand it all over, and I'll let you live.
Well, that simply won't do. Your gear is unused, but there's really only one solution for that.
The monsters we're going to be using for the scenario are the Band-Aid cards. And in order to beat the scenario, we have to defeat all the cards. Let's go ahead and flip this card over to the map side. We'll need the number 1 and number 2 health markers for the 2 Band-Aid cards. We set their health at 8, and also note that they'll be having a shield 1 for the entire battle. Put them in their action tray with the white cube on the O. Grab their attack modifier tray with the white cube up at the top location. Let's put our mini on the map, and let's get a top-down view of how this looks on the table. Okay. First thing we have to decide is what we want to do. Let's take a look at our 4 cards. Notice how they're on the A side. Each turn we pick 2 cards. We take the top action on one of the cards and the bottom action on the other card. Your bottoms are mostly moves. We do have an attack on the bottom, so if we get close, that's excellent. This quick reflex has a move and an attack on top, so you can really move around. Let's see. We can take a look here at their action card to see what they can do. After we select our 2 action cards, we roll the die and see what action they're going to take for the round and how fast they're going to go. The die has a minus, a 0, and a plus on 2 sides each, and whatever they roll, that's what action they'll be taking. I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of our quick reflexes and our Thieves' Knack. The next selection we have to make is what our initiative value is going to be. If you take a look here in the center of the card, there's a number. It's your initiative value. You have to choose one of the 2. The lower the number, the faster you go. I'm going to pick 23 on the card on the left. Alright, we have to roll for them to see what action they're going to take. They have the minus action. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at the board so we can see what they're doing. So, they're going at a 30 initiative. We have a 23, so we're going first. They're going to move 2, attack 1, and gain an extra shield this round. So they're going defensive. We're going to attack first. And the one up top can't reach me. The blue one. He can only move 2. He's too far away. But the green one right here, I want to focus all of my attack on him. Let's go ahead and pull this map up. As well as our 2 cards that we played. Now we can use the bottom action on one and the top action on the other. What we're going to do is use the top action of the quick reflexes. We're going to move 2 towards green, hit him for 3, and then we're going to use the bottom action, the Thief's Knack, and hit him for 3 more. Maybe we can get lucky and eliminate one of the enemies right off the bat. That would be great. We're going before them, so we're going to get to attack before they put their extra shield up. I'll show you how that works. Let's just move our figure on the actual map closer to that green guard. And you see these green areas on the map? These are obstacles. You cannot move through an obstacle or end your turn on an obstacle. You can attack through them if you have a ranged attack. And also these red areas here are hazards. If you walk through these or land on them, you'll take the damage that's represented on the board. In this particular case, it's 1 damage. Okay, now that we used our move action, let's go ahead and move the action right below it, the attack 3. Okay, let's go ahead and roll that die, and we got an O. So let's take a look at our attack modifier card and see how we adjust the attack. We start by doing 3 damage, and we can see that the O location adds +0, so it doesn't have any effect, this attack. So we did 3 damage total, but the shield 1 subtracts 1 from the damage, so we ended up doing a total of 2 damage to guard number 1. So we'll go ahead and adjust his health dial from 8 down to 6. Let's put the health dial back and grab our quick reflexes card that we just used. As soon as you get done using it, you take the card and you flip it over to its other side, its B side, and you put it back in your hand from the play area. And you see this dark element icon circled in red? If there is any ability on our active card in the bottom portion here for us, which there isn't, we could now use that dark element 1 time per turn, as long as it's visible in our hand or in our play area, not in our discard, not in our lost pile. Alright, we did an attack 3 on the bottom of our Thief's Knack card, and we rolled the O modifier there. So let's take a quick peek at the modifier card again. Now, before or after each attack you make, you go ahead and move the weight cube down 1 in the attack modifier tray. After it reaches the bottom, it goes back to the top and starts over. I've chosen to move it before each attack. We've got +0 again. And here's just a different angle. And so we did 3 points of damage. Remember, he has a shield, so we technically only did 2. We'll just adjust its health meter down. He's down at half life. He only has 4 health left. And my turn is over, so I'm going to go ahead and take the card and flip it on over to the other side, put it back in my hand area, and you can see we opened up the single out option, and on the top, it has the dark element. So next round, as long as the dark element is still up, we can go ahead and use that element to add an extra +2 attack, and possibly take out the green bandit. Alright, let's pull up the bandit card's action again. They're going to be moving 2, attacking for a base 1, and shielding 1. And it goes in that order. Move 2, attack 1, shield 1. The bandits go in numerical order, so number 1 goes, he doesn't move, but he attacks me for 1. He rolled the O, so it's +0 adjustment. And he does 1 point of damage to me, so I adjust my health meter. And now it's going to be Blue's turn. And he's going to take the shortest route possible to get to me. He's not going to walk into the traps. He's going to avoid them, which isn't going to apply for this movement anyway. But he moves 2 closer, and the enemies are done with their movement. The round is over, and we select 2 more action cards for the next round. Alright, let's just bring this in a little bit. And I think I want to use that single out action using the dark element from the special mixture card. And we're going to move 5 with the bottom action on the Venom Shiv. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and do the attack 5 and then the move 5 in case we miss. We could run away. I'm going with the 11 initiative here. And now we have to roll to see what actions the bandit guards are going to go ahead and take. They rolled a plus. So their initiative is a 70, and they're going to be moving 2 and attacking 2. And because they both have the same initiative, they go in numerical order. 1 always goes before 2. Alright, let's go ahead and single out this green bandit guard using the element down here on special mixture. We'll just go ahead and cover it up to show that we used it. And it is time to do our attack 5. So before we attack, we're going to move our modifier cube down to the next row. Let's get a little bit closer so you can see. Now look at this. We have the chance of a miss if we roll a minus, and that will be awful on our attack 5. So let's see. Come on, cross our fingers. Let's go. A plus. Excellent. Alright, that's +1, so that's a total of 6 damage, minus his shield. So we did 5 damage to him. He only has 4 health. Let's go ahead and remove him from the board. So we have now just evened the odds to one-on-one combat with the blue guard. Alright, let's go ahead and remove our single out card. As you can see, it's out, now that it is on the B side, we go and put it in our discard pile after we use it. And now we're going to go ahead and use the move action on the bottom of the Venom Shiv. It is a move 5. So let's go ahead and just move our character 5 spaces just out of reach of blue. And we are done with the Venom Shiv card. So let's go ahead and get that out of our play area, flip it over to the B side, and return it to our hand. And we now have access to Backstab, and it also uses the dark element there to give +2 to our attack. I think I have a game plan. We're going to go total ninja over our next 2 turns on this final bandit. It is now his turn, and he's going to go ahead and move 2. Now they're equidistant, so it doesn't matter which way he goes. He will not walk through that trap to attack me. That's different from Gloomhaven. They will walk around traps and hazardous terrain whenever they can. It is now the end of the round and time to pick our cards for the next round. Like I said, we're going to try and go total ninja. Let's go ahead and grab our special mixture and our smoke bomb. We are getting ready to do big things. We're going to take the initiative of 12 on smoke bomb, and let's see what the bandit guard's going to do. Roll, and his initiative is 50, so we're going first. And let's pull this up. He's going to move 1 and attack 2. Or so he thinks. Okay, we are going to use our special mixture. We're going to use the bottom portion of that to move 3. Up to 3 spaces. You don't have to move all 3. We're just going to move 1 in this particular case. And this bottom symbol here, the skull, is a poison. The symbol next to it is a range symbol, and the number 1 means that anybody in range 1 that's 1 hex away, we can poison with this ability. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to poison the blue bandit guard. We're going to grab this poison token and put it right on his health marker. Let's take a look here at the icon reference. We can see for poison that all attackers get +1 attack. It prevents healing, and you remove it when you're healed instead of rehealing health. We just used a special mixture's B-side, and so now we have to discard it, and we no longer have access to that dark element icon. It's time to go total ninja. We're going to throw a smoke bomb and vanish. So you can just check this on the icon reference sheet. It's double-sided and has every icon you'll need that you'll use on the cards. That's fantastic. And we can see with invisibility that we cannot be targeted, and we remove it at the end of next turn. Let's grab an invisibility token and put it on our character sheet, and you'll see that the smoke bomb ability allows us to add +1 to our next attack while we have invisibility. And now that we're done with it, it's on the A side, so we can go ahead and flip it over. And now we have access to our throwing knives. And it has a dark element on it, which we can use down here with this card. And that is it for us. It is now the bandit guard's turn. And we are invisible in a puff of smoke, and he can't see a darn thing.
Wait, hey, Where did he go?
And that is the end of the round. Now our turn to pick our cards. Let's use our last two. We're gonna use the 85 initiative on the throwing knives card because we want to go slower this turn. Okay. Now let's go ahead and roll for the bandit guard to see what action he wants to take. He's got a minus, so he's gonna move at an initiative 30. He is going to move 2, attack 1, and shield 1. So he is going to get the shield up because he's going before us. He's going to have 2 shield. And it's his turn. He can't move. He can't attack us. He doesn't know where we're at.
Hello? Is anyone there?
And we reappear right behind him, and we stab him right in his back. We're doing a base 3 attack, and we're going to get to add +2 because we are invisible. So that's going to be 5. We are going to use the dark element up and add 2 more. That's going to be an attack 7, and he's poisoned. We're attacking him with an 8. We can just take him out in one shot. Now, this card is a burn. We will lose it after we use it, but I think it's worth it. All right, let's take our shot at this guy. I'm going to go ahead and just put this right in the lost pile now. Let's grab the attack modifier card, and we're going to move it down 1 before we attack. Hopefully we roll the O or the plus. He does have 2 shields, so hopefully we get the plus. Let's see. Oh, a minus. So it's a -1. We ended up doing 7 minus 2. We did 5 damage to him. So that'll take him down to 3 health. That was a heck of a backstab right there, wasn't it? Alright, let's go ahead and get rid of our invisibility token. And that is the end of the round. We have a choice now. We can either short rest or long rest in order to get our cards back. And the difference is, a short rest, we just shuffle the cards we have and we lose 1 at random. Now, if we don't like the card we lost, we can take 1 damage and randomly discard a different card. That one we'd have to keep discarded, though. The other one is a long rest. We would forfeit our actions for the turn. The bandit guard would go. We would basically have an initiative of 99. And when it was our turn, we would pull our cards back to our hand and we could lose the card of our choice. We would also heal 2 health points. And that's the difference between a short rest and a long rest. We're going to go ahead and short rest. I don't feel that we need a long rest here. We've got him on the ropes. Alright, we randomly lost our single out card. And we have 2 cards remaining, both on the A side, so we basically have 2 turns left. We're going to play both of these this turn, and we're going to take the 12 initiative. So we just have to see what the blue bandit guard's going to do. What action he's going to take. Let's go ahead and roll. Oh. So he's going at initiative 50. And he's going to move 1 and attack 2. So we're going to go ahead and go first. And I'm going to take the bottom action on Smoke Bomb. Except I'm not going to move. I'm just going to control 1 adjacent enemy and move them 1. I'm going to move him over into the hazardous terrain where he's going to take 1 point of damage, and his health's going to go from 3 down to 2. And let's go ahead and take our Smoke Bomb card now that we're done with it and flip it over to its B side. We'll have throwing knives available for our last turn if needed. And let's use the top action of quick reflexes. We're going to forfeit the movement 2 and just go straight to the attack 3. Let's grab our modifier chart here and just move the cube down 1. We can get a double, but it's really not needed. We have an attack 4 because of the poison here. Whoops. Let's roll that again. And, oh. So, we attack for 4. His shield blocks 1, so we did 3 damage. He only has 2 health left. And that will do it for the blue bandit guard. We have defeated the scenario.
Well, your gear certainly isn't shiny anymore, and it wasn't even particularly fancy to begin with, come to think of it. Got the job done at least. But your situation is quite dire. You'll need to survive long enough to find out how to restore yourself to original size. But for now, you'll need to deal with the vermin that just appeared.
Took out the scavengers, I see.
The Burmling offers.
You're not the first to barge in on Hale and get this less than ideal result. We've all been there. Some of us have realized the need to work together if we are to make the best of this. I assumed you'd like to be big again.
You nod.
Then I have a proposal for you. During my time here, I have collected things that may be useful. You may borrow them in exchange. I will accompany you so I may expand my collection. I can also tell you that your best hope for escape is getting into the Crooked Bone and taking the issue up with Hale. Unfortunately.
You look behind you to see the door now firmly closed.
Yeah. The only way in is through Button's Kingdom across the road. Go on.
You can now equip items during scenario setup. Play scenario 2, crossing the road. Okay, so a quick thing about items. There's two different types of items. There are hand items and there are pouch items. For the hand items, you can have two separate one-handed items or one two-handed item. For your pouches, you can carry one pouch item at levels 1 and 2, two pouch items at levels 3 and 4, and 3 pouch items at level 5. Now with the hand items and the pouch items, they may have one of two different symbols on them. Let's take a look at these. That symbol on the right signifies that this card has to be exhausted to use it. You turn it 90 degrees to the right. Just like that. If you stop at long rest during the scenario, then it will refresh and you'll be able to reuse the item once again. Take note that only happens during a long rest, not during a short rest. The other symbol we've seen on our backstab card. It has the card with an X through it. And anytime you use a card like that, you lose it for the scenario. You don't get it back. And the last thing I need to tell you about, to be able to play on your own, is leveling up. Eventually you're going to get to a scenario that has level 2 at the top. And you'll get to upgrade one of your cards for that scenario. Smoke Bomb upgrades the Long Con, Thief's Knack upgrades the Spring the Trap, Venom Shiv upgrades the Watch It Burn. You get it. You also get to upgrade your attack modifier card to the appropriate level. And that was the playthrough of level 1, and you are now ready to play. If you watched this video all the way to the end, please like and subscribe.